Oh, hello there. I'm Corrine from the North Balford Library with Lakeland Library Region. Welcome to Soothing Stories and Stretches. Soothing stories and stretches are a different type of story time. Rather than me reading a picture book and doing lots of active songs and stretches, I'll be telling a story and focusing on our breathing and calming down for the night. Before we begin our story for tonight, let's go over how this will work. When a calming, sparkly blue background is on the screen, focus on sitting up very straight and taking nice, deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. When we switch to the regular videos of me, I'm going to be telling stories and leading you through some basic stretches and yoga poses, all to help you relax and focus on your body. Let's start with the deep breathing before I tell a story. Let's start off with some stretches. So today we're going to do 2 yoga poses before we go back into our deep breathing before the story. So I've got our handy yoga dice, and let's see what our first position is. Today is the cat pose. So get down onto all fours, then round and arch your back to look like a cat while breathing deep. So we're going to count to 10, breathing in on odd numbers, out on even numbers. So, down on all fours, and just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, now let's do one more. Ready? Alright, and our second one we're going to do is called the turtle pose. So sit down with your legs in front of you, slightly bent, lean forward, and slide your hands under your knees to hold the inside of your ankles. Try to touch your forehead to your feet while breathing deep. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now, remember to sit up nice and tall and breathing deep for the sparkly blue background, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Do you guys feel calm after the deep breathing? I'm glad. Tonight, let's do a classic story about sharing. Tonight, I'll tell the story of Stone Soup. Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there was a small village whose neighbors weren't very neighborly. It had been a hard year, and everyone's supplies and spirits were running low. One day, a stranger came to town and knocked on an old woman's door. "Do you have food for a hungry old man to eat, and a place for a tired old man to sleep?" he asked. You could rest here for a while, said the old woman. But I have no food to eat. Well then, you must be very hungry. Lend me a pot, and I'll make stone soup for us both, the old man said. The old woman was curious about stone soup, so she lent him a pot and led him outside to her cooking fire. The old man filled the pot with water and set it over the fire. He took a large stone from his pocket and then washed and dried it carefully. He then hummed a little tune while rubbing it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. He then placed the stone into the water. The old man's humming attracted the attention of the old woman's neighbor from the north. She peeked over her fence and was confused about what was going on. The old woman explained that the old man was making stone soup. The north neighbor had never heard of such a thing. If only I had a handful of flour, the soup would taste ever so much better, said the old man. But there's no use thinking about what we haven't got. The north neighbor thought she might have a handful of flour. She went and found it and gave it to the old man, and he stirred it into the pot. This caught the attention of the neighbor across the road. The old woman explained that they were making stone soup. The young man had never heard of such a thing. If only I had a few small vegetables, this soup would taste so delicious, said the old man. But there's no use thinking about what we haven't got. The young man thought he might have a few small vegetables. He went and found them and gave them to the old man, who stirred them into his soup. This caught the attention of his neighbor to the south, a young family. The old woman explained that they were making stone soup. Neither parent had ever heard of such a thing, nor neither had their child. If only I had a bit of chicken, this soup would be good enough for company, said the old man. But there's no use thinking about what we haven't got. The parents thought that they might still have a bit of chicken, so they sent their child to fetch it and gave it to the old man to stir into the soup. If only I had a few shakes of salt and pepper and a drop of milk, this soup would be fit for a king, said the old man. But there's no use thinking about what we haven't got. The old woman knew she had some milk and salt and pepper and gave them to the old man. He slowly stirred it into the stew. Our soup is ready now, said the old man. We shall have a fine feast tonight. The old woman and her neighbors were amazed. Imagine, they said, soup from a you figure out the secret of the stone soup? I hope you enjoyed the story. And to help you relax a little bit more, let's do one more yoga position before we do more deep breathing. So just like before, I'll toss the dice and then I'll get into position, read what the position is, then get into position, and then we'll count to 10, breathing in on odd numbers, out on even numbers. Are you guys ready? 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna do the child pose. So this one, you get down onto all fours and then rest your bum on your heels with your chest on the floor and your arms stretched out in front of you while breathing deep. I love this one. So, down on all fours and then lower your bum, stretch out your arms, and one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. And I've been informed the proper way to finish yoga is Namaste. Alright, we're going to do a little bit more deep breathing. So again, sit up nice and tall. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, and relax to the sparkling blue background. Did you like the story, and do you feel nice and calm after the stretches? I'm glad. I hope you have a great rest of your night, and see you next time.